everybody. I see Adam's ready to go. So how is everybody doing? I hope everyone's doing great. Um, if you're new, I do name checks at the end, but I'm happy that you're all here and I see all of these wonderful people that are in the club and I see all these wonderful people that come to the lives all the time. So it feels like the gang's all here. Um, Okay, so kind of a weird day, right? With Nancy kind of stepping down, and um, I'll give you. I'm sure it will come up maybe, but I'll tell you something that happened today about that. Um, but yeah, just kind of um, a weird day. So, but I I did want to just quickly say that something that struck me today about and because I don't want you guys to worry about the upcoming, all these investigations that the Republicans are going to do and stuff. I don't think that they realize that they are wearing people out, that people are tired, and not just tired of that kind of stuff. People are tired. They're tired of having to pay such close attention. Um, it reminded me today of the toddler room in preschool. When you work in the toddler room, everybody knows it's the hardest room and that teachers burn out very quickly in there. It's the two-year olds to 3-year olds class, and I was in there for 7 years, and so I know what I speak about. I know of what I speak, and it's because you're on all the time. You can't do anything without having eyes in the back of your head, and it's just one of those things. And they're the toddler room. It's like people can't take their eye off the ball. And even their own people, it's like they just have to pay attention all the time. And what I feel, and this is from a spiritual collective feeling that I have, is that people want to get back to just living their lives. They're tired of having to be so absorbed in everything that is happening. And I feel like, especially with Republicans, I think this whole Trump thing for so many just regular kind of Republicans has been so stressful and so hard. And they're jumping right back into the fire. And I think people are just exhausted. And so because of that, with the background that it's just going to be just noise, 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 I think um, it's going to be a real negative for them. And for that reason, and I'm sure it will come up, but I do feel like if McCarthy is in that position, it won't be for long. It's going to be very quickly that he is out of there. So that's my feeling on him. But that is what came to me today. I'm like, people are not down for this. It's not, you know, 2005 or 2000, 8. It's 2022 and people are exhausted. They want to get back to just living their lives and voting for their representatives and saying, okay, now you represent me, go and do that and leave me alone until 2 years are up. But that's where I think people are. And I think they're so dense, they're not getting it. They're not getting it, that people are not down for this right now. They're really tired and they just want people to get some stuff done, and that's it. Okay, Adam's moving me along. Sorry. Okay, is Don Jr. worried about what he's going to do with his life if Daddy Trump falls hard in the next 2 years? Okay, so Don Jr. Don Jr. Stepping into the energies of the Trumps is the worst. Okay, Jr. I just got a vision of him writing a book in jail. So isn't that interesting? So I just got a vision of him writing a book in jail. Um, so maybe that's his own thoughts of what he'll do. I'll write a book in jail, guys. Guys, I'm gonna write a book in jail. I could see that. Um, okay. I feel like it's interesting because I feel like he is worried. And I feel like they're picking sides right now. I did a reading a little bit ago, and I felt like the kids had fractured, like everybody was kind of going to their own corner. And I feel like with this thing with Ivanka kind of stepping back and saying, I'm not going to be involved this time, I feel like he's kind of deciding where he's going to go or what side he's going to take. I don't think he has the backbone or the he doesn't have that same kind of thing that she has where she's just like, I'm just not doing it this time. He doesn't have that. He's very oh, thank you, Randy. Um he's very locked into his dad, and it always seems very pathetic to me. It's he really really wants his dad's love and approval and his attaboy kind of thing, and he just never gets it. So I feel like he's just going to keep chasing that. So is he worried? Well, he has a plan to write a book in jail if he goes to jail. I know that. So there's something about that, or that's what's going to happen. But I feel like right now he's trying to choose sides, but he can't seem to let go of his dad. So I feel like he's going to go down with the ship. That's what it feels like. So I think it doesn't come across as worry to me, though. It comes across more as just decision time, decision making, decision time, that kind of thing. But I feel like he's going to go down with the ship. That's my what I'm feeling with that. I guess that's my answer. Final answer. um, oh, that's okay. That's okay. No, I didn't think you were hurrying me along. I was just kidding. Adam's so polite. He's English. He's polite. Pardon me. I didn't mean to push you away. Is Trump ever going to go away? No, he's not. It's interesting though, when he took the stage, and Adam, I did watch that just aggravating ridiculousness. That was we turned it off, probably about the time Fox did, but but um, I did get the feeling that he was that his health was failing, and I know that we've talked about that before. And I know that it's clear he's not in the best shape, but I feel like a couple of things had changed. I felt like he was on a couple of different medications, um, like newly, like it was a new thing. And I also felt like he had to give something up. So I felt like, and to me, it felt like meat, like something like that, like a huge diet change that was making him really miserable. And it just felt like he was actually worried enough that he made some changes. So I feel like there's something with his health that is failing. Um, and he's trying to, like, it's almost like too little too late. I feel like he's trying to do stuff now that he probably should have done, 20 years ago. Um, but yeah, that's what I felt. But is he ever going to go away? Okay. Um, hmm. There's a war to come with him and the Republican Party. Does he start? And it's I feel like the press doesn't cover him quite in the same way this time around with the and I feel like he starts doing and saying things to get attention, and I feel like it just feels like a back and forth with Republicans and him and Republicans and him, and I feel like we're all just kind of spectating, like, watching this happen, um, and it's terrible for both. It's terrible for him, it's terrible for them, but it's like a war. Maybe that's the Civil War that they've all been, thinking about or cluing into when they keep talking about Civil War. Maybe that's the Civil War because it feels like a war. Um, I did not expect to get this looking at this question because it's kind of a, flip like, "Is never gonna go away?" But it's like, not really. They're gonna have to, like, l take him down, basically. He's not walking away. Not going quietly, I actually feel like he's gonna get indicted as well. So this is gonna be just a a shit show. It's gonna be just like there's no other word for it. It's gonna be crazy because I feel like he's getting indicted. They're warring back and forth. I feel like something happens with McCarthy. I don't know all the stuff I'm seeing. I'm just seeing all this stuff. So I feel like it's gonna be really, really interesting, but the thing about it is, like, it feels like it's almost like it's cleansing or something for the country. It's like it's almost like it is kind of like the kind of the end of the unearthing, like, everything's out in the open now, and now we can kind of clean up and move on. Um, because they think they're just gonna go back to doing what they did before, and they're not, and they're not supposed to. I think that's the big thing, is that they're not supposed to. That's not how this is supposed to go. We're moving in a different direction, and it just the energy doesn't lend itself to that anymore. So it's gonna be like churning and moving this along. Interesting. Yes, clean up on aisle 45. Thank you, Cheryl. Exactly. It just seems like yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there, but that is crazy. That's crazy. I did not expect that at all. So there you go. I thought tonight was gonna be kind of weird and interesting, so maybe that's why. Okay. What was the impetus for Trump behind the announcement? Is it legal fears, ego matter, something else? Okay. I'm gonna ask, but I know I had a instinct when we were watching it, but I'll ask anyway. It's weird. I feel like he listened to somebody. To me, it feels like a lawyer. Could be Rudy. It could be one of those people, but it feels like he was given advice, but it was wrong. Um, I feel like he thinks it makes a difference, but it doesn't. It's for legal. I feel like if he felt cover him or give him cover, but it's not. Um, but I feel like somebody said like, oh, I think somebody gave him the advice that this would help in some way, this would give him cover in some way, but it's not. It's not going to do that at all. So, yeah, he got bad advice and he's following it. He thinks it's going to help him legally somehow. I also feel like um, he, I do think it was also ego as well. Um, yeah, ego as well. But a lot of it was just like for cover. For cover is how it comes out. So, okay. Is Don Jr. worried about what he's going to do with his life? Did we just do this one? We just did this one. Will there be any expansion of the document investigation outside of Gallardo, say Bedminster, Trump Tower, or his stupid plane? Actually, I did see that there were a couple of more raids coming, and I did feel like one was on Bedminster. So, and it's weird because that one I feel like it's that one I feel like it's a little bit it's a little bit quieter in a way. I feel like it might be just like a couple of agents, that kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be this big thing, but I feel like it's another search and seizure, search warrant issued. I also felt like something was coming with Mike Flynn. I think I've talked about that before. Oh, welcome, Judy. I hope you enjoy your membership. It's really fun in the club. So welcome. Um, I felt like there was something coming with Mike Flynn that has to do with with the documents or something like that. Um, yeah, so that guy keeps always, anytime I look at this stuff, he always comes up. So I don't know what he's got to do with it, but he's got something. And by the way, there was an article written about him that um, he just took them because he wanted souvenirs. That is for entertainment purposes only. That is not true. So I just want you to know that. I don't know where that reporter came from or why he wrote that story, but it was just like not true. So I don't know. Maybe that's his opinion. I don't know, but that was just not true. So I just wanted to put that out there. It was for, well, for entertainment purposes only again. It was for money. It was for leverage, and and for ego as well, for his to take just stuff he thought was his. So it was all three of those things. So I don't know what he's talking about, but I just wanted to put that out there, just so you know. Are Jim Jordan and his idiot pals going to use the power of the House to escape flawed private citizens? Right. Yeah. Um, Yes, and I think I covered that earlier, talking about the taller room. They're going to do this, and it's going to, yes, backfire spectacularly. And like I said, I feel like there's going to be other drama happening within all of this that's going to kind of just upset it all. It's going to be kind of a spectacle, actually. And it does feel like everybody's just like, what the hell is going on? It's going to be kind of a crazy show. So yes, and yes. Yes, they are, and yes, it will be terrible for them. Will any of the following GOP cave trolls go through some things in the next 2 years? MTG, Jim Jordan, Matt Gates, hell, Ron Johnson, etc. Okay. So definitely Matt Gaetz. Now, what was interesting, and I saw this before and then I saw it again. So that's usually how I know like there's something to this. And I always know when I keep seeing things again, it's like it's still in the works. It's still happening. There's something about this. What came up for Matt Gaetz was that there's going to be something with Ron DeSantis. And it kind of felt like, or reminded me of, do you remember when, um, what's his name? The awful guy with Maxine, what's her face? What's his name? Jip, help me, Adam. The guy with the island of, with the, what's his name, you guys? I want to say Jeffrey, but Epstein. Thank you,
Oh, I
Epstein.
see. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay. So with when Epstein came on our radar was because they had cut this deal where they had kind of let him skate on a really like it was like a plea deal kind of thing, and it was so ridiculous because of all the stuff that had happened, and it was kind of like that, like a prosecutor kind of thing, and that's how he came on our radar at all, and then the whole thing blew up. It feels like that kind of thing with DeSantis. So I don't know what this is. Yes, Florida, exactly. Florida. And so I'm not sure what that is, but that's the way it kind of feels to me. It's something like that with Matt Gaetz. So we'll see about that, but that's where I'm going to leave him. And then MTG. And that's something I've seen before and I kept seeing. So I just wanted to just let you know about that. It's weird because I feel like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jim Jordan are in the same boat. There's some things that are going to come out about them. But I feel like they're, if for some reason they're putting them like they're in the same boat. Um, hmm. So it could be January 6th stuff. Um, I mean, they're both like the horrible. They're like have the biggest mouths. Who knows? But they're putting them in the same boat, and it's. I feel like it's. I want to say they'll be leaving, but I know it's really hard to get rid of. It's really hard to get rid of people once they're in their seat, but it feels like they're going to be leaving. They're in this, they keep saying they're in the same boat. So there's something with MTG and Jim Jordan that are kind of linked in some way. And then Ron Johnson. Um, I'm I'm not feeling anything with Ron Johnson right now. It kind of just feels like he's there, but I actually feel like he kind of tries to stay in the background or kind of tries to stay out of the not out of the limelight. Of course, they all love the limelight, but it feels like he's kind of tries to stay um, kind of out of the fray. I feel like he kind of steps back a little bit. So um, yeah, so that's what I'm getting for those people anyway. Oh, they're linked because they got in by cheating. That could be Tiny Dancer, but I feel like they're in the same boat. They're going down together kind of thing. So you think it would be Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, but now they're saying those two. So interesting. What can the people do over the next 2 years to advance progress and fight MAGA's backwardness? So it's interesting. So a couple of things. Um, One is to kind of make sure that you're straight, that you're aligned with um, what keeps you balanced, what keeps you strong, what keeps you centered, that you take care of you first, basically. And then they're saying to choose something you love. Um, because I feel this feeling of like, don't spread yourself thin. Don't kind of go get drawn into the negativity. Pick something that you love and get involved in it. Um, I love that actually. And it was, you know, my thing is like fight, fight, fight. But there's this like, and what they're showing that it does is that ripple effect is what really, it will be uplifting. And that's what we want to do. We want to lift the vibration. And that makes complete sense to me. And that's how you know this isn't me, because I was going to be like, just fight as hard as you can. But they're like, yeah, take care of yourself, make sure you're aligned, your vibration is high, do the things you love, especially through the holidays, guys. There's so many fun things, so many wonderful causes you can give to. Thank you, Cheryl. Oh, thank you. I love doing Thursday Night Live with you guys. It's so much, it really does. It's a fun time for the whole family. Adam loves it too. And but yeah, I think that's great. And then find something you love. Mine will probably be an animal thing. But find something you love that makes your heart sing and that is in within that vein of progress. And yeah, do it. Um, so do you want to show Luca? Adam. Adam's got Luca. This is Matt, his best friend. There's Luca.
We're having a moment here.
I know. He's such a sweetie. He is the sweetest boy. He was on the streets for a long time and kind of roamed the streets and with another little dog. Um and then he had a bum leg, so nobody would adopt him. So we fostered him, and it was a foster fail. And now his leg is fine.
Yeah.
Love healed his leg. I am sure of it.
Uh-huh. We didn't have to pay $3,000 to fix him, and that's
I
why we
know.
got him.
He's
And
a
he's
good
so cute.
boy.
All right.
Hi, Luca.
I'm
All
going back
right.
into hiding.
Okay. All right. That's a Luca break. Oh, thank you, Anita. Oh, nice. Thank you, Anita. Is Lindsey Graham on the hunt for a new daddy? He went from McCain to Trump. It's like DeSantis, the next he'll be snuggling into. Um, I did want to say about DeSantis, maybe it will come up, but if you recall, I've never seen Trump or DeSantis as the 2024. It always comes across as somebody kind of more more middle of the road. Um, Kind of like a Pence, but I don't think it's Pence, but like that type. And I think I've always said that. I think you've heard me say that many times, but I've never seen those two. And part of the thing with DeSantis, you guys, is that he's popular in part of Florida. The majority, well, we think the majority, we're not even sure about that, but a portion of Florida really likes Ron DeSantis, and he managed to keep Florida very, very red. But that's it. He doesn't really his the way he is sending immigrants to other states and things like that. People are really sickened by that. That was not a smart move. And so he appeals to a part of Florida that does not translate to the whole United States. It just doesn't. They can think that it does. It doesn't. So I don't think he's the king they think he is. Um, but they just were, yeah. Oh, Marianne, welcome. I hope you enjoy the membership. Welcome to the Into It Club. We'll see you there next week. So Lindsey Graham. I know Lindsey Graham is just so, I mean, talk about just no courage at all. Some of these people, Pence, same thing. Oh, thank you, Constance. Constance Campbell. Oh, for Luca, who's a good boy. I will get him bones with it. I will get him some bones. um, Lindsey Graham. These people. I mean, yeah. So, okay. Spineless. Yes, Kevin's loving vibrations. Spineless. Okay, I need to like shed this while I'm looking at it. He's actually really worried. Um, he's really worried. I even feel like he's like he's sick to his stomach. Like he's really, really worried. Is this about, oh, Georgia? I'm like, what is he so worried about? He's worried about Georgia. He's really worried about this. I don't mean the race. I mean the thing with Georgia that he had to testify for. He is really worried about that. Um, and I get the feeling he may be retiring soon, you guys. I feel like he's kind of losing it a little bit. I feel like he's a little bit like on the um he seems really worried. He actually feels like things like my career is over. I have no future. It feels like that kind of like um that kind of thinking. But he's very and I feel like nauseated, like sick to my stomach, like this is not I can't do this, those kinds of things. So he may either retire or just leave, like just like say I gotta go. I don't know. It feels very, very, he feels very, very much like he is not on solid ground though. So there you go. Who will be the Speaker of the House? Okay, so this is the question I thought would come up. I was watching this morning. I saw a clip of oh, thank you, Ka Moon Slew, MYR. Thank you. Okay. I felt I was watching something this morning and um Jeffries, what's his name? Jeffries, the guy, gosh, his name, what is his name? I've been thinking about it all day and now I can't think of it. But anyways, Jeffries, the one guy that is Hakeem Jeffries, thank you. So Hakeem Jeffries came on briefly in the morning and I heard he he's going to be in charge. That's what I heard. And I, if and then I asked myself myself in charge of what? And then later on today, the whole thing with Nancy broke and they showed him as one of the people. And so I believe that's who's going to be in charge. And it's funny when you do this all the time, because you all, I know that you all do, we all get those kinds of things that come into our mind, but most of the time we'll think, oh, that's me. You'll just think, why did I think that? It's kind of a weird thing to think. And you'll just think it's you. When you do this all the time, you get to know that slight difference or yeah, just the slight difference of when it's something outside of you. And so, and when I was just like, that came out of nowhere. And so I asked the question, in charge of what? And I didn't get anything. And then later in the day, I saw that. And I love things like that because it's validating. It's just validating. So that's who I believe will be the next, not speaker, but believe will be the next minority leader. And then the next speaker, though, I do think will probably be McCarthy, but I don't think if he does get in, he won't stay long. He's not going to stay long. I feel like he's comes in and then he's gone. Um, if he even gets in. Now, the visuals I get is like him peeking his head and like that. So it could be like he peeks his head and they don't want him and he's gone, but it does feel like he's there and then he's gone. So that's what I feel like with the speaker. But I just wanted to get to the Hakeem Jeffries thing because I just thought that was kind of interesting. That came up today and I had no idea what was going on. But that's why I feel like will be the next minority leader. Lauren Boebert is about 500 votes ahead of Adam Frisch in Colorado. Is she going to win or lose? There may be a recount. On Colorado. There's trouble coming for her too. This is weird. This is so weird. So I feel like she may be she yanked out. What is going on? Um, if she gets in at all, it's again, it's short-lived. It's like it's not. I don't know why these people are. There's something with her with money. Did she do something weird with her money, or she um like campaign money or something? There's something with her and money coming, and I actually feel like she might get in, but it's like she she's not in for very long, or she's not in for long. It's really weird. It's like I can't figure out if it's all the same thing or if it's different things that these people are just like dropping like flies. Um, with her, I feel like something with money, but I feel like it's if she's in it short-lived, it's like it's she's in and then out. What is going on? So either she doesn't get in, or if she gets in, it's short. It's really short. It's brief, and then she's gone. What is going on here? I hope she just doesn't get in because it seems like it would be kind of a mess. So maybe she doesn't win, but it kind of feels like she gets in and then is yanked out. Maybe she thinks she's in and then she's yanked out or something like that, but it kind of feels like she's in and then she's out. So is it possible these people get arrested once it could be. It could be. I mean, I can't imagine the DOJ doing something that bold because they've been so slow. And they I don't think they're timid. I think they are just slow, but it would be crazy. And I can't imagine them, with when they only won by a few seats, yanking out a few seats. That would be really bad. But I just feel like for some reason it's like they're there and then they're gone. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not really sure what's going on, but it just feels like, so maybe it's that she thinks she's in, but she's not. She just gets yanked out. Hi, Debbie. Everybody, Debbie's here. All right. If enough House Republicans get indicted, I don't know. Maybe I can ask Debbie, what did you get on Lauren Boebert? Because what I got was really weird. Okay, if enough House Republicans get indicted, perhaps from the insurrection, could the Dems retake the House in the next 2 years? You will absolutely, probably within the next, in that time frame, they'll take over. But I actually feel like, and it's so far away, but it does feel like 2024 is going to be a really good year for Democrats and democracy both. But like I said, it just feels like there is a war in the Republican Party between now and then. So it could just be like people are like, okay, those guys out. Okay, Matt Gaetz is in year 4 of multiple felonies and he's not being charged. Yeah, that's the thing, Adam, right? I don't know. Not you, Adam, this Adam. I don't, yeah, so anyway. But that's what I was saying about the DeSantis thing that keeps coming up for him. So I don't know if we're going to find something out about that. Maybe he should have been charged or he should have been, whatever. Um, so the answer is yes. And if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, I feel like 2024 is a really good year for the Democrats. Really good year. So Sterling says 12 will be involved in the January 6th thing and be gone. Really? Well, a while back, I remember getting the message that more than 10 would be indicted for all of that in like Trump's circle and stuff. So maybe it's part of that. Maybe it's part of that too. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. That would be crazy, right? Crazy. But people, I think that if anybody got a mandate from all of this, it was the DOJ. People want law. They want the rule of law. They don't want us to have no laws and people just to be skirting the law. Instead, they don't want that. Oh, I know, Connie B, me too. The law is slow. It's slow. Justice is slow. So slow. Okay, what do you see for the GOP chairwoman, Ronna McDaniel? She's very much responsible for the GOP's terrible showing this midterm. Daniel. It's interesting. I feel like they're trying, like, there's an attempt to throw her on the bus. She's kind of a fighter, though. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. Again, it just feels like it in fighting amongst themselves, but it feels like they try to get rid of her or demote her or pull her from her position. But I feel like she fights, and I feel like she feels like her hands were tied in some way. So maybe she feels like someone else is responsible, but I feel like she feels like my hands were tied. And I don't know enough about them and those people to know what that means, but that's what I keep hearing. My hands were tied. And she's going to pass it on to somebody else. And she's also kind of a fighter. And I feel like I don't think people think of her that way, but she is. So, yeah, Rick Scott, I know. That's who I was thinking was responsible. Maybe that's why we all think that. Maybe we should put it on him. We all think that now. Okay. What is the future of Lauren Underwood? She is winning Illinois District 14 with 97% reporting, 54.1% of the vote. Of Lauren Underwood. So I'm not familiar with her. I don't know if she's Democratic or Republican, but I feel like she's gonna win.
She's a Democrat.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't get that. I don't get that like radical feeling about her. She feels very like actually really practical, a really practical um woman, and not really smart. Something about her that just feels like she's very smart and very very practical. And I feel like that's how she ran her campaign. But it was funny. I'm glad she. It would be nice if I could feel that like, oh, that she feels very practical, very normal, very balanced with the Republican. But I usually feel the crazy almost right away, or just the kind of like um unsettled or something right away. But with her, I felt like, yeah, she feels like she's smart, practical. So yeah, I think she's gonna win. She feels like she's gonna win, and that she's very like uh has a lot of confidence. She has a lot of confidence. Oh, Lauren Underwood is fantastic. We love her. Okay, good. That's good. I was getting a good feeling about her. And not that it wouldn't be nice to get a good feeling about a GOP woman, but they seem to be so horrible right now. So anyway, one day maybe they'll be nice and normal. What about Herschel Walker? So weird. Oh my gosh, what is that? I know, what is that? Will Warnock win the runoff election in Georgia? Yeah, you know what it feels like? I feel like hmm, I almost feel like the Republicans kind of give up. I feel like they stop putting money into it or something. I feel like there's something with money with him, with Herschel Walker. Um, what is it? Siphoned? Money siphoned? I just heard. I feel like either they stop putting money into it or they start putting it into something else. Um, but I feel like it's almost like they kind of give up. I feel like Warnock takes the seat. Um, but I actually feel kind of sorry for him. He was very much, um, I mean, I know he's awful, but I also think he was very much just used, and it's pretty gross. And he's not all there. Um, and I do feel like a lot of it is like physical. Like there's actually stuff going on with his brain that, yeah, there's just stuff going on there. I don't want to get too far into that, but yeah. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. So I'm saying Warnock, and I feel like it's actually because they stop kind of, I don't think they'll completely stop funding it, but it does feel like they pull back their support. But it feels like something financially, and I heard the word siphoned. So they're siphoning off money, or they're not, yeah, putting it down like they were. Multiple concussions, traumatic brain injuries, exactly. That would exactly fit exactly what I was feeling, Susan. Thank you for putting that into words, logical words. Apparently my brain, I was like, what's wrong with my brain? So thank you. Yeah, too many head injuries, and it's sad. That's sad. It really is. Take advantage of people. Nancy Pelosi's announcement that she will be stepping down from leadership of the House. Is she at peace with this? Um, so when I watched her farewell, which is really amazing. If you didn't see it, you should see it. And she will be one of, if not the best speaker ever. She will be one of, because she, whether I didn't agree with every single thing she did or everything, I'm a little more liberal, I think, than she is, but we love her in California for sure. But I just really like her, and I've always had so much respect for her. Adam and I saw her in person. Remember Adam? And she really was very surprisingly had a lot of charisma. I think we both said we were kind of riveted by her when she was there. So, but something that came across as she was talking and giving her speech was that she felt that her husband had been so supportive of her and had felt that he had really sacrificed some things for her and her career, and she felt like it was her time to kind of um, step into that role for him, because he's not well. I mean, I know it's like he got a surgery and he's back home and everything, but to me he comes across as quite, he's going to have quite a road of recovery. And so I felt like she really felt like that's where she needed to be, and that she kind of owed it to him to be there for him. That's what kept coming up for me as I was listening to her speak. Um, so, and what I felt was that she felt it was premature. I think she felt it was premature. I think she really, really would have liked to stay in the minority role for the next couple of years, but that she was so at peace. Yes, I think she is. I think she's at peace with her decision, because it definitely was her decision. But I think she thinks it's premature, but that the circumstances called for it. That's how I think it comes across. But I do think it was because her husband is not in great shape, and it's going to be quite kind of a road to recovery, and she really wanted to be there for all of it and felt like she just couldn't do both. But yeah, so that's what it came across. That answers that. But yeah, she's amazing. Hunter Biden has become a bit of a national punchline. But what do you get on his emotional state and his history? Was losing his mom the cause behind so much having gone wrong? Um, I don't know. I feel like what's kind of, I mean, 'cause I really like I like the Bidens. I like Joe Biden. And I love Jill Biden. I think they're such a nice family, but I do feel like he always felt a little in competition with his brother, and felt that his brother was the favorite, um, and that he felt like he couldn't really. And I'm not saying this is all of it. I'm just saying this is what's coming up. Is that um, there was this, and I do feel like um, I feel like his death was kind of a some kind of a wake up call for him. And I don't know the timing of any of this stuff when he was on drugs or when I don't know any of the timing of this stuff. Um, and I feel like he did do some kind of desperate things to try to to impress. Um, and so some of those things I feel like they may come out and they may try to make them seem worse than they were, but they weren't really anything that is to me, it doesn't seem anything that's unusual in those kind of circles or like with money and stuff like that. It just doesn't seem like it's that unusual, but it is kind of gross. And so I do feel like there are a few things like that. And I do feel like I feel like right now, actually, his mental state is pretty good. His emotional state is pretty good. I do feel though that he is very embarrassed about his like drug history, and he knows that it's it's hard for his family, and so to me, it just seems like it's very embarrassing, and he that's more of what comes up is just like just embarrassment and humiliation. And you think of the worst times in your life, and would you want everybody talking about it in the country and people investigating it? I mean, so that's what it feels like. It just feels like it's embarrassing, and I feel bad for my family. And I feel like too he feels he already caused his family so much heartache that it would just cause more heartache, and he doesn't want to do that. So that's what I feel like comes up. So I hope that is explains at least where he is. But yeah, it's so sad. So mean. Last question for Thursday Night Live, 11/17/2022. I know all the Trumps need drug tests. They're all so weird. And they need psychological tests and mental dexterity tests and all kinds of tests. They're horrible. Yeah. Okay. Is Twitter a goner? What's Elon Musk thinking? Is he thinking? That's all he does is think. Don't you know how brilliant he is? Okay. Um, so Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Well, you know that when it was kind of like, will he or won't he buy Twitter? And then it looked like he was. I kept seeing him pushing it off a cliff, basically ruining it. But let me check on what's going on with him. Well, he definitely knows that he has made a mistake. Um, I feel like he feels like he can still get it under control. I do feel like at some point he hands it off though. I keep hearing board of directors. So do they have board of directors, or would he get a board of directors or something? Um, and I feel like there's some laws coming in that are gonna affect Twitter, or laws, yeah, laws coming in that will affect Twitter somehow. Um, I don't know why I keep hearing that, but anyway, I keep hearing board of directors, but I feel like he's going to hand it off at some point. Um, either sell it or have someone else manage it, because it just feels like, here, you do this. Um, and I feel like it's not the same. It's different. So Twitter, as we know it or knew it, may be on its way out. Because it feels different, but just so you know, he does know he made a mistake. I feel like regret, regret, regret. But he said that arrogance comes across because it's just kind of like um, he still thinks he knows best, even though he doesn't. So I feel like he's just gonna like get it off of his hands somehow. So that's where the energy is right now. That's what it feels like. So at least tuning into him, I feel like that's where he thinks he's going. Um, yeah, exactly. That is kind of what it feels like, Azealia, that he's gonna get bored with it and try to get at someone else to fix his mess. So that's where we stand right now. I hope that explains a little bit. And I will do name checking now. Thank you, Adam. As always, thank you, little Luca. Thank you, everybody. I want to say a quick happy birthday to my sister, Julie. So if you guys want to just say happy birthday to Julie, that would be great. She would love it. She would be so excited because she loves everybody at Thursday Night Live. But so happy birthday to my sister, Julie. And I will talk to you guys later. Let's see if there's anything else coming up. I think the next time I'll see you guys is Monday for Ladies Night. And if you haven't seen Ladies Night, come and join us. Thank you, guys. She'll be so excited. You said happy birthday to her. That's so nice. All right, guys. So here we go. So Martha, UB Jr., Adam, thank you. Be still and know. Connie B, Aspie Third Eye, Carla Rutherford, Azalea, thank you. And welcome to all the new members tonight, too. Did I get them? Truth. Oh, thank you, Truth, for the super sticker. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I was probably doing my scribbling. So thank you, Truth. I appreciate that. Anita Girola, Sidalicious, Sarah Marcus, Diana Martin, Stephanie D, Hilda Flores. Oh, hi, Kevin, the Healing Medium. Thank you. Cheryl McLemore, Chris Wickens, Lisa, Judy H, Francie, Palma Lee Stevens. Thanks, you guys, for coming. Spirit Baby Do It. Mama Bear, thank you. And thank you for the happy birthdays, you guys. She'll be so happy. June O, Patty Powers, Aspie Third Eye, Sweetie Darling Lulu, Laura Lambelts, Desiree W, Janice Connett, thank you, and little Luca. Butterfly Kisses Healing, Craig Dixon. Nice to see you guys. We'll see you in the club. Sue Ellen S is in the club too. We'll see you there next week. Rhonda Wilson, Carol Chandler, Genealogy Junkie, Jess R, Cher Bear, Patty Olson, A Park, Smoky Sage, Mila, just Mila, Sandy Dykes. Let's see. Gretchen Jakimsik? That could be it. I don't know. Gretchen Jakismic. Joanne Sanchez, Spirits Beyond the Stars, Kim Monsieur, Teresa K. Tack, Chris Wickens, Stephanie Craig, Carla Rutherford, Brenda Whelan, Anita Girola, Willow Silver Moon 29. See you in the club. Hilda Flores, Minuit Maya, Liz L, Tina Dowling, Carol Michael. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you at Ladies' Night. Oh, and good luck with your baby. I wonder if the baby was born. Good luck with that. Poor daughter, overdue. I was overdue too, and it's horrible. MSB, Mountain Sunshine, Carol Gallagher, Deanna, Genealogy Junkie, Mother of Three Gotcha, Lori Cambeats, Pamela Das, Lalit Staub, Carol Lamb, Lisa Ray 81. Pomeli Stevens. Martha. Celestial Light Worker. Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Cynthia Pierce, Sarah Marcus, Carrie V, The Theatrical Wig, Jonathan New. Thanks, John. You can watch I did a fun discussion with him on Good and Evil. So if you guys want to watch that, it was really, really fun, John. So thanks. Beverly J. Grievous, Sue Forrest, Wing Victory, Rabia Shahenshaw, Prairie Griffith. Oh, hi, Prairie. Prairie's in our masterclass right now. So nice to see you. I'll see you in class on Tuesday. Kelly Baum, Susan Bame, Loco Lolo, Wild Wisdom Journeys, Sparky. See you in the club. Mary Fanoof. Thank you. Steph S. Smoky Sage. Sweetie Darling Lulu. Am I repeating myself? Rustlin Reeds. Frida Stinger. Cheryl Nash McIsaac. Hilda Flores. Sandy Miller. Thank you. Craig Dixon. A Lady. Mother 3 Gotcha. Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Tish L. Joni S. Spirits Beyond the Stars. Thank you so much. Sarah Marcus, Carol Chandler, Joanna Sanchez, Nancy the Water Chick, Sue F., Carol Lamb, Melanie Runyon. Thanks, you guys. Carol Michael, Beverly Russell. Hi, Beverly. And Kevin again. You matter to me. Thank you. Let's see, Deanna, Virgo and Sin. Thank you. Thank you, Pamela Doss. Steph S. Anita Girolo. Celia, Sweet Darling Lulu, Pluto Pixie. Oh, that's cute. A Lady, Jean O, sorry. Esther Landros. Prince Charming's mom, Nancy Decker, Irene Mangon. Let's see. Hilda Flores, Nancy Leno, I think. Esther Landros, Teresa K. Tack, Anita Girello, thank you. Jamie Johnson, Patty Powers, The Cherry Dragon, Janine M. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going past the ones Jamie Johnson, did I already say that? Naja, I haven't said that one yet. David, hi David. David Mackham. Anita Girello, Jess R. Craig Dixon, I already did that one. Sean Mueller. Deanna. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Jean O. Delilah Gillis. Annette Lewis. Mother 3 Gotcha. AJ Lowe. Gosh, I think I've gotten almost everybody. Dawn, is it Dawn Augsburger? Sean Mueller Paisley. Paisley, yes. T. Jones. Elaine Arnoldi. Hello, and thank you. Jamie Johnson, Mara. Allison L. AJ Lowe. Oh, gosh. Kat M. Anita Girallo. Did I already say that one? I think I did. KD. Nancy Leno. And the Cherry Dragon is the last one, I think. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. I will see everybody next time. Take care. Have a great Thanksgiving. I think I'll see you before then on Ladies' Night if you guys come, but other than that, and I'll see the club definitely before then, but everybody else, have a great Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye. Oh, Deanna and Pommelie Stevens. Hopefully I got those too. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.